Up. Put your paws up here.
1, 2, 3.
On your butt.
Yeah. Got Mosers.
Okay, we don't jump on the tables, okay? Set them up for failure there. Supposed to set the dog up for success, Kevin. My name is Damian Morales. I've been in New Life Canine since November of 2018.
My name is Kevin Braun. I've been in New Life Canines from, what was it? 2017, but I was going to say April.
We've been partners for like over a year now, right? A little bit over a year, and like we never really even had any like one-on-one conversations. Like I don't even like know like a lot about you. You know what I mean? I know that. I know you know you're doing life, but like how old are you?
36.
36? I never knew that. Like
How old are you?
I'm 41. 41 years old. Yeah. How long have you been down now?
I'm down 11 years.
11 years. You just been doing it by yourself, or
Yep.
I mean, like you got family out there and stuff? Or?
Got my dad, but that's about it.
Yeah. I've been down like 11 years now, and my mom was pretty much there like throughout my whole term, like my trial and everything. And but you know, she just passed away right before I joined the program in 2018. So, but other than that, I got a couple cousins and stuff. You know, I have 3 kids. One's older, and then I have a daughter and a son. That's, you know, you've seen pictures of them. You know, they're young, they're babies still. You know what I mean? But I have them out there that, you know, pretty much waiting for me and stuff like that. You know, do you contact with anybody or stuff like that out there?
I was like, that was my dad. He's living out in Tucson. See him maybe once a year.
Yeah, once a year.
Yeah.
I mean, it's better than nothing, right?
Better than nothing.
That's cool though. I mean, you've got Moose right here, right?
Well,
I mean,
we got Moose together.
Yeah, we got Moose. So this is our little family right here,
Right.
or what?
So why did you join New Life?
You know what? Honestly, I remember when I don't know if you remember when I was just in the dorm, but I used to watch you guys, man, and I would see the way that you guys, you know, interact with the dogs. I remember you had Toby at the time, and I just, you know, like I mentioned, I have kids, you know, and I know that I'm going to be getting out soon, you know, hopefully, and you know, I have my kids out there, and I seen the way that you guys treat treat the dogs. I just seen a lot of parenting involved, you know, and I just felt that I could really like learn, like, you know, how to be a better parent. You know what I mean? Like, since being in the program with having Moose and stuff, you know, I mean, you know how he is. You know what I mean? Like he could test your patience sometimes. So I'm learning a lot of patience. I think I learned how to, you know, how to be more responsible, how to put him first. Know that, you know what I mean? I have someone else that I have to take care of, you know, other than myself. But so I would say, yeah, that I joined the program like pretty much to acquire some tools and parenting skills, and to be able to be a better father for my kids when I get out. You know what I mean?
That's right.
That's my main reason. You know, other than that, you know, it feels good to be able to give back to, you know, to men and women that sacrifice themselves for our country. You know, for our communities and stuff. And so, giving back to them it's awesome. I never had that feeling before of actually being able to make amends for, you know, some of my foolish ways. Mm-hmm. But so that's another big part of it too. You know, how about yourself?
During the program, I just saw these dogs running around. I heard about it before it even started, and I signed up right away, thinking I'd get in the first wave, but it took me another wave to get in.
Oh, really?
But once I started, a month after the first set of guys, it changed my life, man. I didn't have anything going on before that. I was just going to the yard, working out, and then going to bed. That's it.
So at first you kind of just joined just because, like, all cool dogs and stuff?
Love dogs.
You love dogs?
Passion for dogs. Yeah. But yeah, man, they give me a whole reason to keep on going. Keep pushing.
Yeah, I can understand that. I could see that you have a natural love with dogs and a knowledge. So, were you involved with dogs before, like in Canada prison?
Yeah, I was a vet technician for about 7 years.
That's how you learn all that stuff. Okay. Before I looked at dogs differently, you know, like, oh, it's just a pet. You know what I mean? Yeah. Now with Moose and the rest of the dogs that we have, man, I learned like there's so much more than that.
Each one has their own personality.
Yeah, they got their personalities, and you know, it's quite an experience, man. You know what I mean? But I mean, I enjoy it. You know, like, you know, other than that, like, what are your plans like after the program, or like for the future of being in the program? Do you want to just stay in this program for like as long as you're here?
As long as I'm in prison, I'd like to continue with this program.
Oh yeah.
Probably maybe got another 5 years to board if I'm lucky, maybe 10.
Oh, okay.
I'm not really sure with all the laws changing.
So you wouldn't mind staying like just right here doing like, because I know it's 2 years. Like, man, you know, I've mentioned this before. Hopefully, I'm hoping to go home next year.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that, you know, we graduate Moose and then I go home right behind him. You know, like 6 months later, I should go home after he graduates. But so you really like want to be committed to the program, like.
Yeah, for sure.
Because Moose is your second dog, right?
Yeah, he's my second dog. Toby was my first, the standard poodle.
Yeah, Toby was cool.
He's with his veteran right now, Art.
Yeah.
So really proud of him.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. When I first got here and I seen Toby, I was like, a poodle? Like, who has a poodle as a service dog? And then you know what I mean. Once you get to know, like, you know, even though I got to know him from a distance, I didn't really know before he graduated. But man, Toby was an awesome dog, man.
Yeah,
he was pretty
cool.
smart. Yeah, it was good stuff. How did that make you feel, like graduating the dog and stuff?
That was a bittersweet moment for me.
Yeah.
You know, we spent 2 years trying to get him ready, and once he was finally ready, it was hard to let him go.
Man, right after that, you got Moose, right? I remember that was another thing that made me join the program, man, is when I seen you guys walking across the dorm, and you had Moose, and he was just a little chocolate ball, man. He's crazy,
handful.
you know? And I remember, it seems like just yesterday we used to have to carry him out.
Yeah.
Just to go to the bathroom, you know what I mean? Because he didn't like the water out there and stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like,
rainy season, so he didn't want to go out.
you know what I do miss about him that he doesn't do anymore though is when we would feed him, and he'd do that little dance with his feet. Remember that? He doesn't do it no more, man.
That's
you know,
crazy.
it's just like he's growing up now. He's kind of like.
We're gonna have to try to get him to do it.
He does his wiggle though. He still does his
does.
little wiggle dance. You know what I mean? I don't know. I for myself, man, I'm just hoping to, you know, of course I want to stay here and finish out this commitment that I have, you know, for the program and.
About your school, and you're gonna finish that?
Oh yeah, definitely. I know. You know, I'm getting time knocked off for that, so you know,
Nice.
I'm knock that out. But I mean, I won't get to get another dog, you know, but I'm really hoping to see Moose graduate. You know
Definitely.
what I mean? And you mentioned that you worked for a vet. What was it, a vet technician?
Yeah, I was started out as a kennel assistant, which is basically just a guy that cleans all the kennels.
Oh, that's a dirty job.
Yeah, yeah. But along with that, I picked up how to be a veterinary technician, so eventually moved into that job too. Same place.
What do you guys do? Like, what does a vet technician do?
It does everything a veterinarian does. You don't get paid as much.
That's crazy.
But yeah, take the blood, all that. But with doing that, I work with all kind of different dogs.
Oh, okay. Is that where you like? Did you always like dogs before that? I mean,
Oh yeah. Yeah, we always had dogs growing up in my house, so probably the most happy thing I had going on growing up.
Oh, okay. And what happened with that, like that job and stuff like that? I mean, you're just.
Well, I wanted to be a veterinarian eventually, but it was just so much going on in my life at that time. I just quit after a while. It was too hard.
Just bad choices.
Bad choices in life. Yeah.
What'd you have going on out there?
Started getting into drugs.
Yeah, man. You know what? Myself. I mean, before the program. I mean, man. I think. You know what? Everybody. I think we all share like a common ground when it comes to like either, you know, drugs, alcohol, or some type of destructive past. You know what I mean? That ends up leading here. You know what I mean? Like myself, I was out there. I mean, this last time I was out, I stayed out the longest I had ever stayed out. You know, I've been in and out of prison since I was a kid. But you know, I was out there running around with gangs and selling drugs, and you know, eventually started using drugs, and it was crazy because I really was trying to like live both lifestyles at once. You know, trying to be like a responsible parent person. You know, and then at the same time, like, you know, be this gang member that sold drugs and you know, had a reputation to live by in the neighborhood and stuff, and you know, eventually just ended up, you know, coming in here and catching a lot of time. But one thing I noticed about myself is you know, I've been down like going on 11 years now, and before this prison, I've acquired so many like employability skills. You know what I mean? Like job skills, as far as like, you know, I told you I worked in IDL for a long time at the other prison I was at, and I mean, I learned how to do, you know, metal stud framing, excavating. I started out in welding. I took vocation welding. Mm-hmm. But, you know, one thing I never learned was like social skills. You know what I mean? Like how to really deal with like my emotions and my feelings. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I seen that with the program. Bro. I was like, man, I could probably learn a lot. That's a lot of this stuff with the dogs. You know what I mean? For instance, like with Moose, sometimes he's not always, cuddly and happy. And for me, like in my past life, that to me that's like a sign of rejection, and I've never been able to deal with that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But now I know, like with Moose, it's like he's just like that. I know he loves us. You know what I mean? He's just not super cuddly. You know what I mean?
It's funny because you mentioned all those trades. I started off in the central kitchen.
Oh, really?
And so I had all kind of kitchen jobs throughout the whole kitchen. And eventually I worked in the way to being a clerk.
Oh, okay.
But in the same line, I did never develop the social skills that I needed. But this program has been giving me all that and more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I wouldn't have a conversation with officers or staff at all. But now I do, all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I agree, man. I remember before it was like, if you want to talk to a CO, you got to make sure someone's with you.
You got to have a partner with
you. Politics and stuff, stupid stuff. But, that's one of the good things about New Life. We've been able to open up and just be ourselves,
Move past that.
And even though we got like a big, don't get me wrong, there's a big, a dynamic in our group. Like everybody's different. But that's one good thing about our group, man, that when we have like demos or graduations, everybody pulls together and we do what we got to do. And that's a good healthy social skill right there, you know what I mean?
For sure.
Eventually when we do get out, we're going to have to be able to exercise those type of social skills in a work environment, right? Like, whether it be a construction environment, whether it be in an office environment or, working for a veterinarian or something. We're going to have to be able to have those types of skills,
Yes, sir.
So, but yeah, I think that's cool, man. He just messed me up. I'm sorry. He got up and then and he was like, so. But you can still cut that out, right?
Oh yeah.
Like what's going on right now? So where do we go from here? I think that was pretty good. Where do we go? How much more do you want?
That was a lot.
You feel done right there?
Yeah.
Okay.
How much